For a while, I was very sure I knew what my life was supposed to look like. I even had a plan, a pretty sensible one. And then, very inconveniently, I realized I wanted something else. I had 5 years of experience in HR and I felt like my career is really defined. I just was stuck in my current role. I wanted to have more responsibilities, more money, more impact, more creativity in my role. So my decision was that I leave my current role, I rest for a little bit, and then I find a new role where I can grow. The plan was that I would spend 3 to 6 months in this process. But I was stuck in this process for 1.5 years, jobless. I couldn't find a new role. I was interviewed a lot and had quite a few processes where I was taken to the very last stage, and at the very last stage, they got a decision to hire someone else, and it felt devastating. And I felt like, oh, why can't I have this job? At some moment, I started to feel like when I'm getting back to the hiring process, when I get interviewed, and I needed to tell why am I excited to join the team, what is my motivation to work, to continue growing in the role, I felt like I started to pretend that I'm interested. And every time when I had an interview, I was like, yes, I really want to do that. You know, this attitude when you need to push yourself through that. I tried to pretend that I don't notice this in me, but I couldn't. And at some point, instead of asking, why can't I get this job? I started asking myself, do I really want it? Truly? And the answer was a no. It was so clear and shocking. And at that point, I felt like I know this truth already for some time. I was just not able to accept it. I was not able to admit it to myself. When the answer was so clear, I just need to stop lying to myself. And I needed to think, if it's not the direction for me, there should be another direction, right? Hydration for me. And during this 1.5 years pause in my career, I started to develop my new hobby. I was filming and editing my TikTok videos just for fun, and I felt like I could spend hours doing that, and I developed a real passion towards it. And at the moment when I noticed and admitted that the old path is not working for me anymore, I started to have a thin layer of hope. Maybe I could somehow make it work with video editing. I was really careful. So I got a course on video editing with the goal to develop my skills for my own social media. But on the back of my mind, I thought maybe I could see if I can work in this field. I'm just gonna check. You know, I'm just gonna check. And through this course, I learned a lot and also saw that I can actually work in this field because I see that I'm really getting the knowledge really quickly. I work for a beginner a really nice level already. And also, people with experience told me that, yeah, you can actually do that. You have an eye for it. So I feel like I have a passion and I have a skill that I want to develop, and somehow I'm already having it a little bit. So I was like, maybe I can really work in it. So I was like, let's just try it out. And I started looking for clients, and within a month, I had my first paid job, and then I started to have more paid jobs. And now I'm 4 months working as a freelance video editor. Isn't it cool? And it is actually working out because I have clients, they are paying me real money and they are getting back to get the same job done. So I guess the plan was successful. It actually makes me so happy, and I actually have some work to do now. It's the middle of the day now. I already finished one job for one client. It's been approved, all good. I had my lunch, I rested already, and now I have not so much time before leaving the house. I want to make some cottage cheese. So let me continue the story while I'm doing that. I'm actually expecting one delivery that I wanted to show in this video because it's really connected. Yeah, but it's a delivery of Korean skincare. This is actually a gift from myself to myself, and it's connected to my job change. At some point of my journey, at the very beginning when I was transitioning to video editing, I figured that it actually scares me how long of a path I have ahead of me to achieve the same level of income that I had before leaving my stable job. I wanted something to cheer me up, especially that as a freelancer, I'm on my own. There is no team to support me. Of course, I have people that are close to me who support me, but on everyday basis, I need to find my own motivation. So I thought of the system that will help myself. So I thought of the system that will help me to move forward. And because I'm competitive and I like games, I made up a game for myself. I called it a gamification. Basically what it is, it's a board game where I wrote down my final goal, like a final boss. For me right now is to earn 2,000 euros per month as a freelancer. And this is my final boss. I added steps that I already went through just to remind myself that I'm not starting from zero. And then I wrote down something like find the first client, do the job for 3 clients in a month, then earn 500 euros in a month, then earn 500 euros 3 months in a row. So steps towards my end goal. And after achieving each level, I made up a prize for myself to cheer me up, to celebrate, and to help me move along the way. And actually got me so excited that I started moving, I think, really fast. I figured you didn't see any of the lemons that I was cutting. Let's change that. After each step, there is a prize for me. And one of the prizes is actually Korean skincare. I wasn't buying anything special from skincare for a really long time because I was having no job and no stable income. So I paused on buying like extra stuff, and I'm super excited for it to come. And I ordered it last week and it was about to be delivered today, but I forgot that I live in Spain and I ordered delivery with local mail. They do deliver your parcels, and usually they are really nice, they're really quick. They don't have any problems. I've never had any problems with them. But just today, my husband was like, don't you remember that in August they don't really work? I was like, really? Yeah, I forgot about this. So basically in the whole August, you don't really get your mail because they are resting, as everyone in the country. Like basically everything is closed in Spain right now. Like in Barcelona, when you walk, not everything, of course, but you just notice the difference. The streets are empty, the restaurants are closed, a lot of coffee shops, bars, everything. Some of the doctors are not working. So my GP, for example, he was like, I will be resting from the middle of July till the end of August. So if you want to visit me, please book in September. I was like, yeah, this is Spain. There is a really high chance that I will get my parcel only in September, which is actually annoying. Not gonna lie. That's okay. That's okay. It's life. It will be with me when I need it. But I was actually excited to show you the products that I got. And yeah, I wanted to film, not in this video, but I'm gonna do this video of me recording how my skin looked before, because I have quite a few post-acne right now. And then I wanted to show you what is the result. I just really wanted to see if the skincare I picked will be working, because I picked few actives and I'm really counting on it to work. I guess we'll see in September. And while I'm here waiting for it to happen, I want to tell you about the reality of working as a freelancer, because I think a lot of people get it wrong. How much freedom do you really get? Maybe especially at the beginning, because you know, when someone says that I'm working as a freelancer, you imagine that they are working from beach 2 hours a day, they go to Bali, you know, all this pretty stuff. And I think that's the expectation, but in reality, you actually need to work. So it's not as cool as people might sell it to you. You still need to figure out stuff on your own, and sometimes it's difficult, yes. But one thing that I've noticed that really inspired me is the fact that now I am in the charge of deciding how I work. I'm not working 9 to 5 just because I'm told to do that, because someone expects me to work. I just figured out that's the system that I want to work in. I have a very specific method how I came up with how my working day would look like. I'm a freelancer. I'm free to work anytime, right? I was like, okay, I actually have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I actually hate working on weekends. By the way, I'm super sorry if you're from the United States, and now you'll see how here in Spain we organize our work. I'm deeply sorry. We don't support 996. I have the whole week, right, in front of me, but I actually hate working on the weekends. So it's not an option for me. I sleep from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. So this time is reserved. I never work during night. I hate it. So this time is not for working. So I wake up at 6, but I know that I need time to wake up, go to the shower, cook my breakfast, have breakfast, do a little bit of makeup, prepare myself, blah, blah, blah. Also, I have a morning routine that I write in my journal. So I can start my day at around 7:30, sometimes 8, because I also water my plants in the morning. Around 8, I can start working. This is my official start. Then I'm hungry at 1 p.m. and I try to work without lunch, because no one's paying me, right, for the lunch. But I was like, no, it doesn't work with me like that. I need time to cook lunch, to eat lunch, and then rest after lunch. So at least 1 hour. Now I have 1 hour lunch, and then I can continue working, but usually at about 5 p.m. I don't have any energy or capacity to continue working. It's basically done. My brain is not functioning. I'm not functioning. My body is really tired usually at this point. So I have this time until 5. So my week looks like that. But also 2 times a week I go to the gym, and I go to the gym in the way, so I will arrive there at 5 to go together with my husband after his work. So I needed to leave my house at around 3:30. So my week looks like that, and yeah, that's my schedule. I decided to work like that. It's not because some company wants me from this time till this time. It's because I know that I'm working the best while I'm in this frame, and I won't be working on the weekend. I won't be working in the evening. If the client texts me I will answer them when I am working. So I have my boundaries, and I feel it like it's really liberating actually. And another thing that I can pick for myself is the tools I'm using. While I was working in corporate, I had to keep everything in my Notion. I love Notion, by the way. I'm Notion queen. But I felt like there are so many things happening. I also need to make the information adjustable for everyone. I need to pass this information to my teammates. So there is no option for me to keep it in my notes or keep it written down. But I actually do like writing things down by hand. And in this time, I figured that I can actually do that. So I bought myself a working planner, and it's just a free form that I made up for myself, and it is so convenient to use. Oh my god, and I love it. I'm gonna show you. So here is my work body. It is simple, non-dated planner from Muji. It has this brown cover without any pattern or anything on it, so I put a lot of stickers. The structure inside is pretty simple. You have a month. I just do a free form notes in here. And the second form is you have a week and some free space to write. I use it as a weekly planner. So this is this week. I have a number of the week in the corner, and then 4 corners for my clients. More or less it's enough. And each line is the name of the video that I will be making, some deadlines, and I note when I did the first version, the second version, third version, and then I cross it when it's done. So basically it's super simple. You see this week is pretty much simple. Last one was as well. Then it was easy, and some of the weeks are not as easy. So yeah, sometimes week looks like that, sometimes weeks look like that. That's okay. That's a freelance work. And also I use it here on this side or just as a whole spread. I just freeform write my thinking process. It helps me to start writing down the topic and then what already I know about the video, and then I start to ideate while writing things down, and it helps the creative process to move forward because I'm not staying in place and I write things down, and usually it's not the ideas I'm gonna use, but still it's really helpful to think out loud on the paper the way I use it. So usually it looks like that. Here are some notes about the process and ideas about the videos. Sometimes I write scripts for my own videos. So I can decide what I like and what is convenient for me, what helps me to work, because it does help my creativity. It does help me to think. And now I'm the one who's deciding that for myself. That is actually a really exciting part about being a freelancer. Freelancing didn't magically make life easier. There are still hard days, uncertainty, and a lot I'm still figuring out. But one of the biggest gifts of this whole experience was realizing that there are more paths available to me than I thought. Being good at one thing doesn't mean I have to stay there forever. Somewhere along the way, there was this tiny, quiet voice telling me that I wanted something different. And for a long time, I was scared to really listen to it. I'm so glad I eventually did. I still don't know exactly where this path will take me, but I'm grateful I gave that little voice enough space to lead me somewhere new.